Hi guys, welcome to my channel Mantra and Maple Leaves. A lot of people have asked me to share my love story with you guys, and I've been trying to get to a point where me and Nick we both can sit together and have a conversation without this little fella over here, but that never happened. So I thought we'll do it with him, with us, because that's how it is, right? He's a part of our family and he's always there, and this is how our life is. So I thought, let's just do it this way because we've been waiting for a very long time to do this, and it was just not happening without Ari. Okay, so I thought we'll do this in a podcast style, but the thing is, like, we are not good, like very good storytellers, I guess. So I thought we'll just ask the help of ChatGPT to give us some questions, and then we'll ask each other those questions and answer them so that you guys can get a general idea on how we met and how we ended up here with a 4-year-old. No, not 4-year-old. He's just going to turn four. Almost four. Yeah. So 3 and 3 by quarter-year-old, I would say. Yeah. So these are the questions that ChatGPT gave us. And let me introduce my husband. Or would you like to do your introduction,
No,
Nicholas?
you can introduce me.
No, just do it yourself, I guess. I don't want to be the one who's talking the most on this podcast. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm Shruti's husband.
Okay, so let's do this. ChatGPT. I did ask the
I
question.
thought you already have a list.
Yeah, I do. I
That's
just have
just
to.
a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about ChatGPT. They're not paying us.
Oh, yeah. So we have a list of questions, okay? So I'm going to ask Nick this question because I have addressed this multiple times, but I still get a lot of DMs and comments asking for our love story. So this is the first question for you, Nick. How did you two first meet, and what was your first impression of each other?
Okay, so we met at work on our first day. I saw Shruti walking past me, and I looked at her, and she made eye contact with me and smiled. And I thought she already worked here, but she was actually in my training class. So like later I found that out. And we started talking because I was interested in India and stuff. So I think that was one of the first things we talked about in the training class. And yeah, I just kind of started liking her from there. She was very pretty. I asked her if she needed a ride home from work because I knew she lived in the falls like me. And the first time she said no, and the second time she said yes. And that's when we started hanging out.
Okay. Did you cover the part with what was your first impression of each other?
I did say you were very pretty. Yeah.
Okay, I think
That's like
that's
the first impression, I would
right?
say, yeah.
So yeah, that's what happened. But if you want to like hear my version,
Let's hear your version.
so as he said, we both met at work. We were both in the same training class together, and he walks in. And the first impression that I had was like, oh my God, what a cutie. I thought he had a distinct style because I really liked his tattoos. And also, I really liked his piercings. So if you can see that he has an industrial. And at first, I thought he had big earrings. I didn't know that he had stretched ears. And it's like a plug in there. I didn't know that, but I thought that he was wearing a big earring. But I kind of liked that about him, and I really liked his features, especially his brown eyes. Yeah, that's what I thought about him. And I also remember that in our training class we had to do a presentation, and I really thought that he was a very quiet guy and very shy. But when he had to present, I really thought that he was amazing, and he was very confident, and I love the way he delivered it. I'm a very shy person too, but then I come across as very confident person, which is like a lie, a sham. But he comes across as shy and not very confident, but when he has to do his things, he's very confident, and I really like that. And also, our first conversation was about India, and it happened because the trainer asked, where would you like to go if you had a chance to like visit some place? And he said India, and I turned and was like, that was the icebreaker
He
for
was like,
us.
why would you want to go to India? You were like, I'm like, aren't you happy? Like, aren't you? But it was more like, why would you even want to go?
Why do you want to go to India?
It's
You know?
funny.
Yeah, so that's how we started speaking. And yeah, he did ask me whether I need a ride home.
This one.
But the reason why I said no the first time was not because I didn't trust him or wanted to go with him, was because I already booked a cab to go home and it was on the way and I didn't want to cancel it. But I was hoping that he would ask me a second time because I was ready to say yes. Okay, so next question. What moment made you realize you were in love?
I don't know. We hung out a lot, like almost every day after work. So I think we just started to bond from there. I learned a bit about your family and stuff. Talked to your parents and stuff. And yeah, just started getting that feeling, you know? That funny feeling in my belly.
I would say the same too, because we did not start as like dating each other. We were friends first. And I was new to Canada. What I really liked about him was like he was really helpful. He would come hang out with me during weekends. We would hang out after work, and
Oh, I got one too.
we had a lot of times where we had like good like conversations, I would say, you know.
Yeah, and she would always, when we first started hanging out, she would always say, like, this could never work, kind of thing. And I was kind of just, I took that as kind of like a challenge, I guess, as weird as that might sound.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there was not a moment when we realized we loved each other. I think it was very organic.
I'm sure there was a moment, but yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
a specific
Specific
moment, I would
moment
say.
where
Yeah.
you felt that you were in love. Okay. So the third question is, was your connection instant or did you build it over time? Oh, that's basically what we just talked about, right?
Sort of, but we definitely built it over time. Obviously, there was like an initial attraction and interest in each other, but we definitely had to work for it because the cultural differences and because she was so opposed to it at the beginning, I would say. Because there's lots of other variables happening at that time. So, yeah, it was definitely like a slow burn, but
Yeah,
a long and slow burn.
I did feel an instant connection with him, and it did build over time because we used to hang out a lot. We used to talk about what we liked and each other liked about each other. He introduced Canada to me, and since I was new, he used to take me to places. He used to show me things. He basically drove me around Niagara Falls and introduced the whole area to
All the
me.
touristy
Stuff, yeah. So yeah, it was not an instant connection. It really grew over time. Yeah. So fourth question, did you face any challenges early in your relationship? How did you overcome them?
Yeah, lots of challenges. Probably not going to talk about all of them because it's just like not necessary. But I think the most important challenge was just making sure her parents were okay because I wasn't trying to like get her ostracized from her family, right? Like, but actually that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Her parents were great, and there was.
Are you okay, baby?
You okay? What happened? There wasn't a moment where that was an issue. We more so thought it might be an issue, but it never really was, which was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, there were definitely challenges. One being like, we were both like different culture, different religion. And also the fact that my mom was sending me pictures of guys in matrimonial sites
That's
didn't
right.
help
I
too.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So my mom was like sending me pictures and links from matrimony site while I was like with him. Yeah, so that was difficult, I would say. But I think my mom really liked you
Yeah.
from the first moment that she spoke to you.
Yeah, I think so.
She liked him. So, but at first when I told my parents about him, my parents' biggest concern was like, oh, he is white, they get divorced fast, you know. So there's like these, I would say, generalizing
Excuse
a
you.
specific people, right? Like, oh, these people might be like that kind of thing. That was definitely there. Yeah, but everything worked out, and I was really surprised that my parents didn't.
Once they
Opposes-
realized that
yeah.
they didn't have to worry about me, they had to worry about her. So and it's been like that ever since.
Yeah, they didn't oppose much, right?
Yeah, I'm nice.
Okay. What's the most romantic thing your partner has ever done for you?
I'll answer this one first. So it was my first birthday that we were together. She threw a surprise party for me, like last minute out of nowhere, and that was, no one's ever done that for me ever. So that was a huge moment, that if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
That's it. Yeah, that was that. It was her and a bunch of her friends that I just met that day, and just really showed how nice Malayali people are and how much they really like birthdays and how having a cake is really important. Even if you have to go get it last minute, like you're going to make that happen. So that was really special.
Oh, what's the most romantic thing that you have done for me? I think the proposal was something very romantic because for me as a person, I always thought that, oh, I have had like past relationship, but no one ever popped the question. And there was a point in my life where I thought that I wasn't worthy of it. And when he asked me, I was like, I don't know. It was romantic. The way you took me for that walk and you asked me, and the thing that you told me that, you love music and.
That's right. Yeah. And that was, yeah.
Yeah, and my
that
name
was a
is
sign
Shruti,
for me. Yeah, that was huge.
So yeah, that was really romantic, and I really love it. And for me, I don't think Nick's a very romantic type of a guy, but then it's the small thing that counts, right? Like when we had Ari.
I don't like cheesy romance. I think a lot of people these days do stuff to be performative, and they want to look good on social media, which I think's total bullshit.
He's not that type.
Yeah, I'm not a faker. I don't like doing that stuff, but I'd rather do stuff from the heart for real.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Yeah, there was like 2 times when I fell in love with him. One was when I actually fell in love with him. The second time was when I gave birth to Ari, and the way we took care of things from there, like I remember it was COVID time. We were not allowed to have like friends or family over, and I was full pregnant. We did the whole pregnancy thing together, You took care of me. He was there in the room. He was very supportive. All the appointments. Yeah. He hasn't even missed one doctor's appointment, Even when I had to do my ultrasound, he wasn't allowed inside because it was during COVID time. I had to go inside, but he would just wait inside the car outside for me. Just small things that he does for me. Yeah, and I would say that's romantic, right? Yeah. How did you handle disagreements or differences when they came up?
I'm a talker. I like to sort things out civilly. Nothing fancy about that. Shruti's not like that at all, though. Shruti's like, a lot more dramatic, I'll say. Just put it lightly.
Put it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have anger issues, and
I have a problem.
Yes, I do have the problem. So when I get angry, I really say mean things. Okay, and you would see a version of me that's not everybody gets to see. Okay, only the people
only
close
the closest.
to, closest
so
people.
Privileged.
Yeah, the privileged people only get to see that face. But if you have seen that face, that means you're in my close circle too. Otherwise you wouldn't see it. So yeah, so the thing is, like, when I get angry, it's like yelling, shouting, and all those things. But then he's always the calm one, and I really appreciate that, because I think it's yin and yang kind of thing,
Yeah, you can't have two people like that.
Like
That's
that.
just destructive.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I love that, he does that. He's the calmer version of me. He keeps me very grounded, and yeah. And then we talk it through. That's how we handle our disagreements. Like, if you don't agree, you would think that because of my yelling and shouting, he would just cave in. No, that's not the case. He's very stubborn, in certain ways. And if he thinks that it's not right, he's not going to cave in. But we usually just talk it through and come to an agreement, I think. Right? Yeah. Okay. Was there a moment you thought it wouldn't work? What changed?
Yeah, lots of moments. But what I realized is that, like, life's not going to be easy, and that in life you want your partner to challenge you and stuff like that. So I just look at it that way. There's a lot of easy reasons to, quit stuff. And if I want to look for those, I can find those, but I'm not looking for that.
Yeah, there were like moments when I thought it wouldn't work.
What happened?
But as he said, I think like in every year, I have like a crisis where I'm like, this is not working out. I'm done, And I'm a quitter, if you have. I quit a lot of times. But the thing is, like, when you have somebody who's like a rock next to you and who grounds you and tells you that, things are going to work out and we're going to work it through, I think it kind of like grows on you, And to be honest, we really don't have like major issues when compared to like a lot of other couples. All our issues are basically small things, but which we need to like talk through and, overcome.
Yeah, we still have stuff to work on and stuff. But you're right, it's just everyone's different, that's the thing. That's why there's no point comparing yourself to other couples. Because I don't care about what other people are going through, because it doesn't always apply to us,
Elliot, and Daddy play with me with video games. Because video games are my best friend, but only robots.
Only robots.
Only robots.
As his best friend. So the last question is, what advice would you give to somebody who's trying to find love, and what to do to keep that love? Sustainable, I said? Yeah.
Yeah, so what is it?
What advice would you give to somebody who is trying to find love, and what needs to be done to keep that love going, I guess?
Okay, yeah. So it's funny because the second I stopped looking, that's when I found it. So people say that all the time, but I think it's true. You got to really work on yourself, and then when you work on yourself, stuff comes to you. That's exactly what we were both doing at the time when we met, and it just happened like that. Keeping love, it's effort. It's effort. Like, people, like you said earlier, people divorce a lot, and it's way too easy to have excuses. Like, if you're looking for an excuse, you're already preconditioning your mind for that. And it's like, if you want to grow something worth keeping, you got to put in that effort. It's not always going to be easy. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I met Nick when I was here. I was done with love. My parents were looking for an arranged marriage. I didn't want to get married. So I was not looking for somebody to be in my life.
I was looking for an Indian girl.
Yeah. And that's when I met him. That's when I fell in love with him. And keeping love, it's like, I think everybody has like this this preconceived notion how love is supposed to be and how their life is supposed to be. But life never really like lives up to that expectation. Sometimes it gives you more, sometimes it gives you less.
Yeah, expectations are the worst.
Worse.
It preconditions you to be disappointed.
And
life's not a movie.
Yes. So just make sure that you are there for the other person every day, sickness and in health, and try to bring the best version of the other person be supportive. You know, it's not about what you want sometimes, it's about what is required and what needs to be done, you know. Yeah, so that's my advice, you know. Try to adapt, try to adopt, and you know, try to be there for each other in their worst and in their best. And I think that's how you sustain that love going forward. And don't look for it, it'll come to you. If it's destined to you, it'll come to you. Because think about us. I come from Kerala, in Asia, in India, right? I never thought that I would move to Canada, you know, let alone I would marry somebody who's Canadian. The fact that I came to Niagara Falls is also is surprising to me, right? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Out of anywhere I could have gone, I came to Niagara Falls, and then I met him at work.
Yeah, so many things fell into place. That was important for me.
And I just want to show you guys, like, look at his tattoos. He has a Buddha. Buddha. He has a Ganesha over here, and one might think that it's because he's married to a Hindu girl. No, he had them before. So yeah, and I think our union has brought this amazing person to life, you know, who's sitting on my lap, and
he's being good and quiet because he's got his game right now, but normally he's not like that.
Is there anything that you would like to add, Ari, on the video?
What do you want to say?
Yes.
Yeah, you take my mic.
I want another game.
What do you want to say?
I want to say, please and compliment. It's like better. And it's like candidates. And right now, I'm a real game. It's like it's raining.
Okay, I have
You heard it here first, folks.
It's like a dada.
Okay, that's enough.
Wait. It's a cunning. And this is intended.
Can you tell what's your name?
My name is Ariana.
Full name, please.
I called Ariana.
Arian Pacolo, yeah. His name is Arian Pacolo.
And I will and try.
Okay, I think it's time to wrap up. One second.
He likes hearing himself talk, and then he just says gibberish.
Yeah.
And I wish a company.
Can you do the wrap up? My mic is gone.
Turn it off?
No, you just have to say bye.
Bye.
Subscribe if you like this video.